Welcome back. We're here with GJ from P1Health. GJ, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Just came in from a beautiful day outside, and just grateful to be here.
Yes, bro. It's nice to chat. We talked one time on from Instagram, and it was as soon as we started talking, I was like, bro, me and this guy are on the same wavelength. We're aligned.
Yeah,
We're about it. So it's really awesome to always find not only young people like that, but just young like entrepreneurs actually, striving to not only grow their business but be healthy at the same time.
for sure. Yeah, that's what
So yeah, 100%. So you started P1Health about a year and a half ago. What inspired you to start this company?
what inspired me to start it. It was just something natural where I was telling my parents, eat healthier, do this, do that, and just consistently studying and learning. And then when I turned 19, I got a knee surgery. And after that surgery, I was like, okay, let me go plant based cold turkey because I feel like this can accelerate my healing. So I was initially supposed to be 5.5 months out. I was fully healed and cleared in 3 months flat.
Wow.
And wow, this is really something. Not to mention, I had extreme allergies and lymphatic issues growing up. I was that one kid in school who was just sneezing and mucus, and they always told me you're just allergic to dust.
Yeah.
Now, ever since I went plant based, I probably been sick like once or twice, and I don't get any allergies. So it was just the right thing for me. You know what I mean? I don't
Yeah.
think that any one way of life is best for anyone, but making that switch and then continuously striving for higher levels of health, I was like, let me just start with something with this. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's pretty much what inspired us to do it.
And why do you think herbs are such a good way to heal the body?
So here's my thing. Herbs are a foundational component to healing, in my opinion. I don't hear enough people talk about how belief is the most important thing when it comes to healing. So herbs are great. I look at herbs almost as like a program. So if you look at everything as computers in the reality that we live in, an herb is a program. The human body is a program, right? A computer is a program, or rather, the computer itself is the program, and the monitor is just showing what the program is running, right? So if you program your body to do a specific thing, it will do that. So this is why I believe that, let's say that you program your body to intake anything and make something beneficial out of it. So this is getting kind of into like the metaphysical aspect of it, but
Yeah.
when we look at like the Buddha, he represents non-attachment to anything. So the Buddha is this big, huge belly and is basically saying he can eat whatever he wants, but his body will not react to it because he is the program that is controlling the food rather than the food controlling him. So my thing with herbs is that people don't have to do the internal work and work on their subconscious mind to program their beliefs. The herbs are already programmed to do a specific thing. So when we think something like astragalus, boost white blood cell count, cleavers, clean your lymphatic system, support your kidneys. So once again, the herbs are programs that just come into the body and do what they're assigned to do. So that's how I see them. Everything is like a program computer to me.
Yes. And to kind of touch on that, you have products that have actually helped people like grow their hair back, help them with their gut health, help them drain their lymphatic system. Why
Mhm.
do you think your products are so effective?
So the thing about our blends is that, number one, we really do infuse everything with intention and love. And I believe that that's something that's not talked about enough because anyone can just throw some stuff together, do some Google search, and say, this does this and this does that, right? So that's number one. And number two, we do a lot of herbal combinations that hit what a lot of people are really having issues with. So, for example, our gut health cleanse, I like to include one of the main ingredients is the hydrangea root, and that helps to break up solidified waste within the colon, right? So a lot of people, why they're so hungry is because they're so mineral deficient and they're unable to absorb. So to hit your question on the head is just to attack the root of the issue. That's what
Yeah.
we try to do P1 Health. With the hair growth oil, it's about just attacking the root, really feeding those hair follicles rather than let me try to make their hair smooth or make their hair soft. No, let's work on the foundation, and then all those things will show up as a result.
Yeah, and I really like how you talk about not only just the herbs, but the other stuff, like you said, intention and belief, and all the other stuff that goes into making a product that you might not see, that our body or even just our eyes aren't aware of, but it's always there. And I think that's a really, really cool thing how you really touch on that. And why do you think these holistic solutions to our disease and sickness is not presented as an option in America?
Well, America is a commercial industry, and it's all based on harvesting you. So
Yes.
people aren't being harvested, and people are united as one. We can't have Coca-Cola, we can't have Apple, we can't have these multi-billion-dollar industries that are feeding off of the people, right? So when you think of a holistic lifestyle, you feed off of yourself. And what this commercial United States industry has created is they feed off of us, and they grow their empire feeding off of what we're doing rather than us feeding off of ourselves. And I'm doing this because this is the tourist field. So everything goes up, out, down, everything is being recycled. Like when you look at nature, uh, the plant grows, it dies, it composts, and then it comes back, and the soil continues to build itself. And that's how I look at our reality. So um, when they disconnect us from nature and our holistic roots, they can bring us into working a job and buying water. Who buys water? Like that just doesn't make sense to me. But that's where we're at. So
Yeah, I think the system is just not only like you said programmed for people to be sick and to follow what they have designed but not question anything, which I
yeah,
think it's very interesting how don't question anything, don't question the system, everything's good for you of what we tell you to do. And I think it's all designed just to continuously, not only for money but for control. And I think it's very exciting to see people like yourself sharing the content and sharing not only your products but other ways to do things, different uh, pathways to heal yourself and things like that. And you also went plant-based at the age of 17, like you mentioned in the beginning. Why do you think animal products are so bad for us?
so here's the thing. I don't inherently believe that all animal products are horrible for the body. I think number one, it depends on your DNA because remember, everything is a program. So if we're a program as well, our coding is our DNA, literally. So I do believe that some people can digest things like beef and chicken, but here's the catch: the beef and chicken now is not the beef and chicken from 100 years ago. So unless you're raising your own livestock and eating it on in a balanced diet, I don't believe that meat is something that should be consumed every day. Because when we understand how mucus forming and how difficult it is for the body to digest, it just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? With our
Yeah.
our digestive system being a digestive system of fermentation. So meat is something that doesn't really ferment. You know what I mean? When we think about it, do we ever ferment meat? We ferment grains, we ferment vegetables, but you know what I mean? It's just too laborious to the body. So that's number one. And then number two, the way that these animals are being treated, the way that they've been genetically modified. Um, so I think that someone who consumes a clean beef or a clean chicken once a week, once every other week, and that's something that resonates with you, then cool. Because I don't believe in the dogmatic thinking. There's only one way that everyone should eat. I believe that once again, we're all programs and we can program ourselves to eat a specific way. I keep touching on that
Yeah,
programming.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's like the most important thing to me for healing.
Interesting. So can you kind of dive a little bit more into your thoughts on programming and kind of how that originated, like your kind of thoughts on just like in general about how it kind of came about, like why you think that way about
Yeah.
it?
So my thing with programming is this. Once again, everything is composed of DNA, right? So let's say that I'm born and my parents grew up eating chicken, beef, vegetables. I'm going to be a program, quite literally a program that is ready to consume those things. My digestive enzymes and my microbiome is ready to digest those things and cycle life with it. But let's say that I want to live a lifestyle where I'm eating lighter, I'm eating cleaner. I have to literally reprogram my DNA or my subconscious mind to create new energy pathways, if that makes sense. And the foundation of me coming up with this mindset of healing yourself by reprogramming yourself is I always think about, let's say somebody who wakes up from a coma and then they just don't have a disease, right? This is all stemming from belief. So if we change our beliefs about what is good for us and what's not good for us, I think that that is the most efficient way to heal yourself, rather than this dogmatic way of, you go on Instagram nowadays and you see eat eggs, don't eat eggs, eat your cheese, don't eat your cheese. It's like too much information and anyone can put it out. I think that we need to create a belief, study something, and whatever beliefs come about from what you study, stick with it. And if it works, cool. And if it doesn't, analyze your beliefs and change something.
Yeah. And where do you think fasting comes into play when it comes to reprogramming and healing your body?
Yeah. So my thing with fasting is that it is, when we think about the program, it's basically giving the code a break. So think about it like this: if our computer is constantly running over and over and over and we're never shutting it down, it's just gonna, there's gonna be issues. There's gonna be dis-ease, right? So the same way that our body manifests disease, the computer will hardwire, whatever the case may be. So, fasting is the most powerful practice, I believe. I really love fruit fasting, but dry fasting and water fasting are extremely beneficial as well. And and we could talk about fasting like crazy, but
Yeah.
just to hit quickly, it's just the body's way of resetting itself, the body's way of dealing with the disease and getting it out of the body or fixing whatever issue may have come about in the first place.
Yes. And you've also done some speaking in public and, just like sharing your message to anyone that wants to hear it. Where does this want to inspire and help the masses come from?
Um, it's just something that I kind of grew up not really desiring to speak in front of a lot of people and things of that nature, but just the desire to help people. That's kind of the main reason why we started this. It wasn't to make money, and it wasn't to just share a bunch of information. It was to practically sit down and help people. And anyone who has worked with us will know that if you get a product from us, we're there for you. We want to help you every step of the way. And yeah, man, it's just about being there for the people so that we can all be better as a whole, because we're only as strong as our weakest link. I truly believe that to be a fact.
And you also run the business with your girlfriend, correct?
Correct,
Is that,
correct.
yeah. And so how important has she been to the success of the business?
So we kind of bounce off of each other in that, if there's certain aspects of the business that I may not be proficient in or that I may not enjoy, those are things that she'll pick up. And if there's things that she doesn't enjoy, those are the things that I'll pick up. So it's kind of a, I'm a really big advocate of being in a flow state. I enjoy doing this, but there's certain aspects of the business that I may not enjoy. So that's kind of how it works. We work as a team, and the things that she enjoys, she sticks with that, and the things that I enjoy, I stick with those things, so that we're always in a state of flowing like water. You know what I mean?
Yes, I think it's so crucial to have not only a business partner, but just a partner in general that you can bounce off of, that's there for you, and that can pick up where you're weak. And just like kind of like you said last question about your like weakest link, I think it's super important to have that person that you can bounce off of and that's there to pick you up for the things that you either suck at or you just don't want to do. And I just think it's like super crucial, and it's exciting to see, people that are on that same vibe and that are, here to grow together. So I think that's awesome. And I actually saw something on TikTok from Rain Wilson. He said, "We are spiritual beings having a human experience." What do you think about that? Like, what's your opinion on that?
Yeah, I'm completely a believer in that, and that touches on the whole belief thing and the program thing that I keep nailing on. We are energy first. So if your energy, let's say for example, I eat this apple, and I posted a video about this, and I infuse the intention of love, happiness, healing, prosperity into the apple. This is mostly water. You know what I mean? This is not really up for debate, and water is programmable, right? So I keep touching on
Yeah.
program, belief. I send my own program into this program, and with us being spiritual, energetic beings, this food is now 1,000 times better for me. But that's only true if I believe it. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
some people may hear those types of things and have some type of disbelief or lack of understanding, and that's just going to show you that there's something inside of you that's trying to hold you back from who you really are. You know what I mean? Because there's no debate that energy and all these things exist. So it's just a matter of living in that as our reality. You know what I mean?
100%. And I like how you're touching on programming, because I think that plays into everything we do. If that's mindset, if that's habits, if that's things on a deeper level inside of our body, everything we do is a program. And it's just kind of your perspective on it. So I really like how you take that approach, because it really breaks it down from like the foo foo, or from like an emotional state, to like completely logical. And so I like that. I have two more questions for you. If you could have dinner with two people, one person from the past and one person from the present, who would it be and why?
So in the past, meaning someone who's no longer here.
Yes. Yep.
Oh, this is a tough one. Okay. Um. So someone here and someone from the past.
Yes.
Okay. So okay. So someone now, I would probably say. Okay. I would probably say, and this is probably something not super known. El Kiro Oda. I don't speak the same language as him, but I have a. You know who he is, right?
I think I just saw a video about him on your Instagram page.
Yeah, no, he's
I think, yeah.
he's author of a manga, One Piece. Um,
Okay.
I would definitely have a dinner with him just to pick his brain. I think he's a genius, and I think he wrote one of the most powerful epics ever. Um, Really good show. If you haven't watched it, I would pick his brain, find out, what kind of philosophies he studied to make such a masterpiece. If you know, you know. And then somebody from the past, I would probably say like Bob Marley or something, just because, not because he has so much profound wisdom and information, but just because he was somebody who really spread love and peace through music, and being able to be around somebody like that, and you know being able to share that message with others. That's why I would definitely choose to sit down with somebody like Bob Marley, because once again, sharing that energy and that uh, love is really what's going to heal the world, in my opinion. And I think that he was somebody who did that at a very high level.
I like those two. Those are two new ones, especially the manga writer. That
Yeah,
was a unique one. I
yeah,
really like that one. That one's good. I have one more question for you. Why did you decide to partner with us and offer the discounts?
yeah. So I just, number one, feel like it was something mutually beneficial for everybody. That's number one. There's too many things trying to tear us apart as a people, And I'm all about us just uniting together. You know what I mean? And especially with people who are like-minded and who are willing to spread a message that's helping us to grow. Um, and the other thing is, damn, I just lost my train of thought. But but yeah, man, just being able to work with people who have that same energy of growth and abundance and just moving forward. That was my whole thing, and then just that mutual benefit as well.
Yes, I we 100% agree, and we appreciate you not only, your likeness and your ability to spread positivity and pure intentions, but also trusting us. We haven't launched yet, so we appreciate you having that trust in us as well. Um, that's all the questions I have. How can people find you, and what is one thing you want to leave people with?
Yeah, so you could find us at P1Health on Instagram. Our website is P1Health.one, and TikTok P1Health, Facebook P1Health everywhere. And one thing that I would leave everyone with is to program yourself or be programmed by somebody else. That's what I'll say. And at P1 Health, we have the holistic solutions to help program your body. But I'm all about establishing a foundation so that you can heal yourself. So whether it be certain practices that you do every single day to promote a healing lifestyle or adapting a new way of eating, right? So program yourself, pay attention to what you're watching, what you're listening to, um, and don't just absorb whatever is being thrown at you. That's my thing.
Yes. Yes, I love it. I love it, man. It was a great conversation, and thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and just sharing your personal experience. I appreciate you coming on, GJ. Thank you so much, man. It was a great conversation.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.